So rather than talk about IT and going into a bit of a rant like I sometimes normally would with my insights about how people don't follow good password etiquette or good cybersecurity hygiene and that sort of thing, I thought I'd talk about something a little bit different. So I've decided to talk about why I've started to do video marketing. So in the next 9.5 minutes, I'm going to cover why I do it, how I do it, the tech I use, and potentially what's next. But I thought first I'd cover what video marketing actually is. So essentially, it's using video content to promote product, a service, or a brand. It generally involves creating video, creating content, and sharing it out across various platforms to try and build and engage audiences, increase brand awareness, and in an ideal world, drive some sales and conversations as well. Sorry. And there are many different people that do video. You've got the big content creators out there. They're posting videos weekly, daily sometimes, and they're out there doing it all the time, and they generate tons of revenue from it. Some examples of the people that I would call big content creators, like Mr. Beast, Logan Paul, who's obviously got Prime as well, Lad Baby in the UK. They're content creators. They're making content all the time, and they essentially earn their living from the revenue they're making from YouTube and the like. You've then got lots of individuals. So individuals that will go out and create content. Typically, these are more how-tos or entertainment style videos. And typically they're created around either expertise or their passion. Computer games is a good one. My nephew's got about 4 YouTube channels, all of which are dedicated to Minecraft. Yeah, I don't get it either. But the amount of things that you can, if you're not sure about how to do something, you can go and go on Google, because YouTube and Google are interlinked. It will throw up videos. So if you need to don't know how to change a tire on your car, for example, you can Google that. It'll show you 10,000 videos on how you can change a tire for every single car that you can imagine. And then you've got businesses. Businesses use video all the time to promote products and services. You see it on the TV with their adverts. They can also do product reviews, impart knowledge, and this is kind of where I sit. Most of my videos are knowledge based, so I'm trying to impart value. But then every so often I'll just throw something random in, like an unboxing video, because why not? So why do I do video? Well, as it says, why not? There are lots of IT channels out there, thousands, but there aren't actually all that many IT support companies that are out there making videos on a fairly regular basis. And that's partly because of the nature of our business. It's very reactive. And that number of companies that are making videos is starting to grow. But I also do it to build confidence for other speaking engagements. So I've started speaking a bit more locally, and it's a good way to build my confidence. I also use pub quizzes for that as well, which is an interesting concept. But essentially, I'm doing it I want to be able to try and build some sort of audience online. Now, planning content for me is probably the hardest thing. And out of those elements, this number one is the one that takes the time. I can come up with so many ideas. I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but I have a book on my desk called video ideas written on it. Even last night, I came up with 20, 25 ideas for videos. I'll probably make one of them, maybe two. Because is it something that people are going to be interested in? Can it be scripted in a way that anybody can understand? And it's working all of that out that takes the time. But once I find an idea that I'm good with and I'm ready to go, I script it. And Craig, you're going to hate this, but AI is my friend here a little bit. I do use AI just to fill the idea out a little bit. I then go back over it, make it mine, make sure everything is correct. Because if I put something out there that's wrong, it's just going to make me look like a fool. I then go and record it. I say the F word about 4 billion times every time I make a mistake. I then spend hours and hours and hours editing. Well, I did. I now have a 14-year-old nephew that is doing it for me. And he's doing it so he can develop his editing skills, and it helps me because it means that I haven't got to do it. So the last two videos I've put out there, the long form videos I put out on YouTube recently, have all been edited by him. But yeah, once it's edited, it's time for it to go out onto YouTube, social media. And for this, it's really important to be able to captivate the audience. And you do that by creating exciting titles and good looking thumbnails. Awesome. It's great when the pictures don't load, isn't it? So some examples were why I switched to Android from Apple, and it was a picture of an iPhone that was kind of like disintegrating into dust, and I thought that was quite captivating. The one where it says I bought the most unbreakable tech, that's from Mr. Who's the Boss, who's quite a big YouTuber in the UK. He does tech reviews and things like that. It was basically him taking an axe to this massive laptop, and then big mistakes small channels are still making. I just thought that was quite an interesting look. That's from vidIQ, who are it's a YouTube training company. So those three should have been quite captivating, and the whole point was that when I do this, none of them load. Hooray! It's great because I can see them all. But my thumbnails look rubbish in comparison, really, I think. Now, the reason there is a trophy next to the empty box by the Microsoft Defender security scam one, because that's my that's my most viral video that I've published. That's had just under 4,000 views since it went up about 3 months ago. In fact, that's about half my traffic over the last 3 months has gone to that video alone, which tells me something that I need to make more of those videos, and perhaps avoid some of the others, like Amazon Prime Duo for your business. I just thought that was quite an interesting topic to talk about, which is why I recorded it. But as we were talking about just now in the 1 minute, maybe niching my videos is something I need to consider. So that's kind of my process. But how do I go out and do it? Well, you can actually start recording video on your mobile phone. You don't need fancy equipment. If you decide to have a faceless channel, you don't even. And yes, faceless channels are a thing, and there are some really successful ones out there. Now, I use a variety of different things when I record my videos. So my first one was faceless, and I basically used a free piece of software. I then moved to a cheap webcam. I still have the webcam, and a cheap microphone, which I'm using now. And then I've gone on to green screens. I've got a teleprompter in the corner there. I've got various different lights. I've got a wireless microphone, a 360-degree camera that I'm still trying to work out how I can make that work in a YouTube video. I use editing software that I've spent hundreds of pounds on. All to try and get my videos to go up a notch. But my go-to setup is the 4K webcam I've got in my teleprompter. It is my £20 wireless microphone. It's my laptop, which runs Ecamm Live, which is a streaming software, but it's great for just recording video as well. I've got my lights when I need them. I've got my green screen when I need them. I have an iPad, which sits in the teleprompter, which is where all my scripts are. And somewhere in the office, I've got a gimbal as well. So if I'm out and about and I want to record a video, I can pull the gimbal out, stick my iPhone in it, and do a recording. But time is the biggest thing because of what we do. Time is always of the essence. So I know I'm at time, so I'm going to be really, really quick. Can you learn to create video? Yeah, loads of courses out there. Yes, you do have to invest if it's something you wanted to do. I did one by a guy called Pete Matheson. I refer back to it every now and again, probably not as often as I should. I even recorded a video about it. That link on the screen will take you to some information about the course. Is video going to work for you? Only you're going to be able to answer that, but there's no reason why it couldn't. You know, Sarah could do product reviews. Craig could do proofreading tips and tricks. Keith already does his 5-minute meditations. There's nothing stopping you from doing it. But if you're going to do it, go out there and open a free Gmail account. Sorry, Keith, I know how much you love Google. And use that to research your business area and topics to get some ideas. And then get started on using your main account. That way, your research and your main account are completely separate. Thank you for listening. I look forward to seeing your videos in the future.